Namaste. Karnataka is will be soon heading for elections, and one achievement that Karnataka perhaps can showcase to the entire nation is its education, the initiatives in education, and the way Karnataka has implemented NEP. To discuss about these issues, the man who was responsible for smoothly taking this process forward, uh, Dr. Ashwathnarayan, Higher Education Minister of Karnataka, with us. Uh, Sir, welcome to Organiser. Uh, how would you describe this process? Because there is a lot of resistance. There have been people who are talking about NEP as Hindi imposition. There are people who are politicizing entire education process. There are people who are talking about saffronization of education. So how would you describe this to the viewers of Organizer?
Since education needed much needed reforms in this direction, after 36 years, our Honorable Prime Minister came up with the third National Education Policy. Many of the people didn't even know what is the policy, what is it all about. So they had their own prejudiced thoughts. So we had a lot of consultation, discussion with various groups, various religious groups, Muslims, Christians, all the institutional people, all the intellectual people, and even the socially disadvantaged groups we had in a discussion. And we told them very clearly, this is very clearly, it's an enabler. It's an enabler for all the groups. It is completely inclusive and equitable. And it is trying to promote, enable and give you more freedom. Government role will get minimized. The maximum governance and the minimum governance. Government is the main concept all about the NEP, and giving the right kind of flexibility, removing all the rigidity. It is very progressive how the worlds have progressed by adapting the right education system, because in our country we need to convert the humans into a really asset. So probably in this direction, learning and skilling and the right kind of reforms are much needed. Probably this is what is going to transform our country and our society. And in this process, the 21st century is knowledge-based economy. So knowledge is everything. Creation, learning, gaining of knowledge, creation of knowledge is very important. So we need to, as a society, India has always been known for knowledge, and we need to progress, do well, and become the Vishwa Guru with retaining our culture, traditions, and along with that gaining the right kind of knowledge and integration with the entire world globalized system. So we need to be futuristic and provide a world-class education to our sections of society. And all this discussion, we had in a very open discussion with everybody. We kept everything open, so they are not grounds or grievance, but they would still wanted to politicize. Just make a statement without understanding. They just want to make a blanket statement, no trying to politicize. That is a Hindutva agenda, that is saffron agenda, all these kinds of things. And we were very clear also when it came to the history. We told yes. When it comes to the history, yes. We told them yes. History, we have to address the history. What the mistakes has been done, definitely yes. We have got any issues, definitely we do. We told them when it comes to history, yes, we are very, very keen to set it right also. We have no second thoughts when it comes to history. But when it comes to the overall system, it is the greatest enabler.
One of the key things, you talked about creating knowledge, is the freedom that NEP gives about having education in mother tongue. And Karnataka is first state to roll on this entire NEP program, even for the technical courses in Kannada. And still you are criticized for imposing Hindi. So, one, how would you respond to this? Two, what was the process that was adopted? Because, especially in technical courses, having education in mother tongue is still conceptually very difficult to understand. So, how did you involve the people who can really create the right content in Kannada language? There are, I know some colleges in Karnataka who have actually adopted even engineering syllabus in Kannada. So, what was the process behind it?
Probably in this direction, the first thing what we started is we even allowed the English medium student to write in Kannada. So writing the exam, first of all, though he will be in English medium, he can write in Kannada or English or both. Mix of both the languages. See, basically, we're trying to assess him whether he's having knowledge or not. First thing, which language doesn't matter. So much of flexibility we were able to create. Along with this direction, probably the three language policy imposing of Hindi or they started with Congress party. It is not with any of our party because they try to project BJP as a Hindi party. They try to impose Hindi. All these things are an agenda or a kind of campaign being created by Congress and some other people. But to the fact, as you rightly pointed out, we are trying to enable the local languages, the mother tongue is being promoted, being learned by each and every person. We are for the conservation, we are the preservation of the promotion of the mother tongue and the local language. In this direction, we made it very clear. We told the choice of language. We told very clearly one of the national language you can select, one of the international language you can select, one of the local languages. Among the three, it is a choice of the student. We are not telling them to choose which language, the national language, anything they can choose. So one language other than the mother tongue, he has to select. One international language. So we kept so much of freedom. We told them, earlier you had mentioned this is the language which you need to study. But now we are telling choice of language is yours, choice of subject is yours. So choices all students.
But what about creating content for that?
Content, sir, content now, since in this technology, translation can happen through technology translation also, and we did it through a right resource. We have a vast resource of people when it comes to the translation of the subjects, which we did it immediately, and we were the first people to come out with a Kannada translated or the Kannada language books for learning in professional education, in engineering, and many more courses. And many more courses we offered in the mother tongue, and which was done by the resourceful people. We have the Kannada University, where the resource people they came up with the meeting Vishweshwaraya Technological University also. They created the right kind of content, and the books were offered for the students to learn.
Karnataka has got a great tradition of Indian knowledge system also, right? From if we see whether Vijayanagara Empire or Mysore Wadiyar kingdom, they have got very good resources when it comes to Indian knowledge system, right from governance to science technology to even dams, traditionally in Karnataka. Now, if that knowledge is to be, contextualized for the present times, Indian knowledge system for the present generation is also another critical aspect. One initiative that Karnataka government has taken is about this Chanakya University. How far, what was the concept behind it? How far it is contributing in creating and promoting Indian knowledge system?
What has been done is, whatever in the past, in our civilizations, in the past, the managed, whatever they developed, all this content, whatever was developed in the those times, it has been completely digitalized, translated, and available for the learning. And it has been very simplified. And the entire process it looks so big, but we went into conservation, preservation, and as well as transforming the content through digitalization, make it available for each and every person to further research, do the further research. For further studies, we have made the enablement in a very big way, so that even whatever the old manuscripts need to be stored, preserved, and at the same time it should not be damaged. So we were able to facilitate, and the entire process has been simplified. The learning system, sharing of knowledge, sharing of information, it has been done very well, and now digital platforms also we're able to allow.
Are you allowing private partnership in this entire process for
Yes,
digitization and
100%. See, ultimately in the society, the very purpose of national education policy is bringing all the stakeholders, bringing the society, industry, government, academia, researchers, scholars, NGOs, social. So nothing should happen in isolation. Let it be culturally, all possible aspects. The classroom is no more, the learning is no more limited to the classroom. The entire world is a learning place. The flexibility is being used. Ultimately, we want them to have the learning outcome. where how he has learned is important. The flexibility, the resource, the facility, wherever it is available, you can go and learn. Not necessarily you have to learn in my place only. The student in Bangalore can go to Delhi learn, and he can come and write exam. Only thing is he should learn this.
But when it comes to electioneering and campaigning, ultimately you will have to showcase your achievements. If you have to, showcase the achievement of higher education ministry, what are the three things that you will tell to the present generation who are the first time voters? How are you going to tell them your three achievements?
See, first of all, the youngsters, the children, they come here to gain knowledge. One small percent of students, they come basically for the sake of knowledge. Majority they come for livelihood, for their livelihood and how their best they can get employed and be industry ready. Probably in this direction, the entire learning process now has been completed, interlinked, aligned back to back with the industry and national skill qualification framework has been completely aligned. Learning and skilling is happening parallelly. So basically, we are enabling them to be industry ready and more so to have any job. He is ready for the job also. And to enable, and in this direction, we are allowing the pursuit of excellence also. The quality is not being compromised. Earlier, somehow, some gain some degree, some namesake degree, it's not the purpose. Now it is basically concept based learning. By doing so, by doing all these things, we want to ensure that his confidence level or his personality or leadership quality, the experience of being confident about himself. We need to make him confident that that aspect we are emphasizing a lot. And we are telling all these things if you compare with earlier, it is a difficult story to make everybody understand. Probably we are making our best of best effort. How it is transforming, the real transformation is happening through this national education policy. Earlier, this kind of impact never used to be in individual level. By doing so, our government has taken all the care and concern to empower and entitle each and every person. That aspect we are trying to make them understand repeatedly by organizing many programs, by essay competitions, by debate competition, quiz competition, and many other ways. We're trying to make them understand what is it all about, what is NEP. Time and again, we are asking them to discuss in each institution level and as well as the student level. So the discussion should happen, the debate should happen, the questioning should happen, and we are enabling.
How far institutions are ready to implement it in letter and spirit? Because they also need some clarity. Earlier, everything will come from UGC and then they would perhaps take it to their councils and senate. And so,
It's definitely a challenge, sir. Definitely, I don't dispute that, sir. Probably in this direction, the capacity building of the resource also needs to happen. The capacity building of resource also is happening in a very big way. Their attitude or the concept. Now it is not more of student centric or institution centric. It is more of student centric. So for that to happen, the entire learning process, the concept. Now earlier the questions used to be direct, sir. If I suddenly have this kind of questioning pattern and change the entire process, what will happen? Very well. What will happen academically, what kind of results will you get, what kind of impact will happen. That's a big challenge. So now what we are trying to tell, make it very simple, sir. If you are asking me to go across to the mandate, go to the people, go across to the people and see what we are telling very clearly. We are providing skilling to each and every person. We are skilling each and every person, and we are providing employment to each and every person. And we are providing quality education. We are making a very bold statement, sir. We are not just providing education, we are providing quality education, a person of great stature, capacity, ability, and personality whom you can look at. Entire board can look at that kind of personality, our kind of dynamism, our ability, capability is what we are trying to build, integrate in each and every person. So that is the kind of confidence level we are telling. We are making three states very clearly, and now we are telling the entire state that we have done it successfully. Successfully, we are organizing one program called Yuva Karnataka. Through Yuva Karnataka, we are telling the success story of national education policy. The Amrit Kal, what our Honorable Prime Minister has been advocating, probably that will become the reality.
Thank you. So, viewers, this is Dr. Ashwathnarayan, Higher Education Minister of Karnataka, and he claims education is perhaps one sector where everybody is a stakeholder. Whether you are a parent, whether you are a student, whether you are, seeking some employment, everybody is a stakeholder. And what he claims is Karnataka is one state where NEP is successfully implemented, and now institutionally, with mother tongue, with participation of all stakeholders, not just quality education. What he is assuring is employable education. So thank you, doctor, for talking to Organiser. And viewers, thank you for joining us, and hope to see you for more Karnataka coverage in coming days. Namaste.